This video is for entertainment purpose only. If someone gets offended
Hey, Casey Ho fam, Namaste Meter Nam Professor Hay, Apsi Milker Hushiwei. Hope all is well. Here's a video that was requested for me to take a look at. It's called How Dangerous is India?
India is an emerging economic powerhouse. Its wealth and economic strength has been rising over the last decade, averaging an annual growth of 7% a year and even outgrowing China in the latest quarter of 2015. As part of its overall plan to become one of the next superpowers, India has been using some of its annual $2 trillion
Nice thermal
GDP
forming, like
to
it.
build up its military prowess. Already it has the third largest army in the world, with around 1.3 million personnel. With this economic and military strength, combined with its distrust of neighbouring countries, ongoing territorial conflicts, and a desire to become a major world player, India is a huge threat to the international status quo. India is in the middle of a power struggle in Asia, caught between the rise of China and the ever-present nuclear power of Pakistan. It's predicted that by 2030, India will overtake the United States and Europe in terms of GDP, technological investment, and military spending. The battle to become one of the most dominant countries in Asia has begun. The Ditchley Foundation in the UK believe that the risk of conflict is very likely, directly citing the India-Pakistan relationship as a potential spark for conflict in the whole region. In the 2001
quit
bombing
killing
of the
people,
Indian
Pakistan?
parliament by Islamic extremists, 12 people were killed. India responded by mobilizing its largest force since the 1971 Indo-Pakistani War, sending this force to fight against the Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists. Some Indian politicians called for action against Pakistan, as they claimed the country was involved in arming and training the militant group.
Oh yeah.
Although recently tension has died down somewhat between the two countries, their relationship is still volatile. Since gaining independence in 1947, India has gone to war multiple times with Pakistan. Both countries have repeatedly fought over the Kashmir region in the north, where there are actually no official borders, just a line of control between the two disputed areas. As a result, India and Pakistan have been arming themselves, both conventionally and with nuclear armaments. Since 1997, India's defence spending has doubled in real terms. In 2015, it set its defence budget at $49.7 billion, the sixth largest in the world. The Global Firepower Database now estimates that India has the fourth most powerful army, behind only the USA, Russia and China. This is partly because between 2010 and 2014, India was the largest importer of weapons, accounting for 15% of the global arms trade. Pakistan's capital, Islamabad, is now under pressure to increase its nuclear stockpile as a deterrent, as well as potentially building short-range missile systems and low-yield warheads for a closer, more targeted attack on its rival. Pakistan is now thought to have between 100 and 120 nuclear weapons. But according to the United States government, India has one of the largest nuclear power programs in the world. It's already signed nuclear deals with Canada and Australia. In addition, it's working with the USA so that it can join a number of nuclear groups, making India's nuclear capability tremendous. It has never signed the Treaty of Non-Proliferation or the Nuclear Test Ban Treaty. India is estimated to have between 75 to 110 warheads at its disposal. But although it possesses fewer nuclear weapons than Pakistan, India is thought to be one of 4 countries that possesses a full nuclear triad, being able to launch by sea, by air, or by land. The Indian Army also boasts around 300 tanks, nearly 2,000 military aircraft, and over 200 naval ships.
And you have the
It's not
co-protector.
implausible to predict that a new India-Pakistan conflict could trigger a nuclear war. Financially, India is also incredibly powerful. It has one of the fastest growing economies in the world, increasing its GDP from $267 billion in 1992
awesome. Look at that.
to $1.85
thriving
trillion
economy, people with
in
shopping
2012.
bags.
The World Bank for GDP predicts India will control 20% of the world's share of money by 2040,
Nice.
lagging behind only China. This growth and trading power has attracted the attention of many Eastern and Western powers. Recently, India signed a trading partnership with Japan, which will soon make each other their largest trading partners.
Nice.
India also has deals with Russia, America, Indonesia, Australia, South Korea, and several other countries. India's strategic partnerships allow it to experiment with many different political ties, whilst not overcommitting to an arrangement that may affect their aim of becoming a major global influence. If all goes to plan, in as little as 15 years, India will become one of the most powerful, wealthiest, and therefore influential countries in the world. In 2015, NATO Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg declared that the West is in greater danger from Russia than it ever faced during the Cold War. Employing a paranoid rhetoric that portrays Russia as being bullied by the Western powers, the unstable figure of Vladimir Putin rules with a tight grip and one of the world's largest nuclear arsenals at his disposal. But how dangerous is Russia?
I suppose that's another video, huh? Very good. That was a good video on how dangerous is India. One of the things, too, that India has going for it is the co-protector. The co-protector, me, the professor, ready to go with my nunchuck skills, right? And I have my own arsenal. And maybe I'll introduce you guys to Gladys and Vera, two women who have served me well. Gladys being my breech entry Mossberg Persuader shotgun, and Vera being my AR-15. Yes, the professor's house is loaded with guns, and we often carry as a family. You know what they say, a family that carries guns together stays together. And it's not uncommon to run it. Well, you wouldn't notice it because it's concealed, but the Warrior Queen packing some heat. She's got a pistola that she can wield at any moment. Myself, my boy, we are very, very much armed and ready to go. My friends are armed. It's not uncommon to, if a jihadist was to attack a family get-together Christmas party with friends, they would be out armed, is my guess. Is everybody then would pull out their guns, and it would be for quite a thing, you know. But I suppose that's another video for another time, isn't it, my friends? Very, very good. India will be the king of the East, as the Bible talks about. I think it will beat China. I think China is about to get a whole lot of their economy tamped down by President Trump, and I think India will stand alone as the one true superpower, definitely of the region of Asia. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. That way you can stay up to date on a couple things. Number one, our videos, and number two, our shenanigans. There's a lot of shenanigans that happen here. I want to thank you so much for watching. Namaskar. I bow the essence of my being to you, and thank you for your time, and I'll catch you guys later. Alvida, and we'll see you next time on Movie Community College.